Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Jenna and I talk about property in Singapore where I share easy to understand breakdown, practical guides and also my own personal thoughts on different property projects and topics. And today we're going to deep dive into a project analysis, and this project has been very highly talked about project in the east side of Singapore. Do you know what is it? Let me give you a hint. It's an executive condo. If you have guessed it, yes, it's Rivelle at Tampines. Now, why is this project creating so much buzz? It's because that the developer is actually the same team behind Aurelle Executive Condominium. Now, if you remember, just last year on 8 March 2025, Aurelle EC sold 90% of its unit on its launch weekend. 90% eh? And within just 1 month, it is fully sold out. I repeat, sold out. So can you imagine how high the demand is for an executive condominium in the east side? So if you missed out on Aurelle last year, don't worry, this could be your second chance to get a very good EC in the east side, especially for the next 2 years, right? There won't be any EC project that is coming up in the east region. So you definitely do not want to miss this out. Now let's talk about the project details for Rivelle. Rivelle is developed by Sim Lian Group, a very reputable developer in Singapore. And as I mentioned earlier, the same team behind Aurelle EC. Rivelle is a 99-year leasehold development with a land size of approximately 22,488 square meter. It consists of 11 residential blocks ranging from 12 to 14 story with a total of 572 units. Unit type starts from 3-bedroom all the way up to 5-bedroom units. For parking, there are 462 car park lots, which is about 80% provision. And I think it's quite decent for an EC, especially for Rivelle, because it's actually very near to an MRT station. So, plus point. Now the highlight of Rivelle is actually the large clubhouse, and interestingly, right, the design is actually inspired by a GCB concept, giving it more luxurious and a grand feel within the development. The expected TOP is 30th June 2030. Now, if you look at the location map, this is where Rivelle Tampines will be situated, right in the Tampines West area. Directly across and diagonally from Rivelle, you will find the upcoming Pinery Residences, a mixed-use development. So you will actually get a mall conveniently right at your doorstep. The retail mall has around 60 shops, including supermarket, food court, childcare, etc. And here's the best part. It's directly connected to Tampines West MRT station via the underpass. So if we are talking about convenience, transport, grocery, daily essential, makan, everything is within reach. And from Rivelle, it's actually 5-minute walk to the MRT station. Now just one stop away brings you to the Tampines Central, where all the major malls are located: Tampines Mall, Tampines One and Century Square. And just a few stops down the line, one of Singaporeans' favorite place to visit during their free time, Changi Airport. On the right side of Rivelle, you will have Safra Tampines and Yoha at Tampines. So if you are into fitness, sports, yoga, gym session, or even dance classes, this will definitely be your go-to places. On the left side, this large parcel you see will be the upcoming Tampines Green Quartz Park, which will add more greeneries and open space to the neighborhood, and that means better view, more outdoor activities, and a nicer living environment. Now let's talk about school. The main reason why Tampines West is so popular among the families, especially with young kids, is because it is within the 1 kilometer radius from the very popular St. Hilda's Primary School. It's a very well-known and consistently oversubscribed school lah. A lot of families intentionally want to live near the area within 1 kilometer just to increase their child's chance to be able to admit into the school during the Phase 2C. Of course, besides St. Hilda's Primary School, there's also other schools. We have Jun Yuan, St. Anthony Canossian, Tampines Primary School, and slightly beyond 1 kilometer, we have Red Swastika, Gongsan, and Pui Ching. In terms of tertiary education, there are also reputable institutes nearby: Temasek Poly, Temasek Junior College, SUTD, as well as United World College Southeast Asia. making this location ideal in supporting your child's education from primary all the way to higher education. Now the entire development look like this with the unit facing north-south, which is a plus point because you don't have to worry about the west sun. There are 2 side gates within this development, one at the main entrance over here and one on the opposite side of the road over here. These 2 will have a sheltered walkway to the future proposed bus stop. This is how the blocks are situated: 4 blocks, 4 blocks, 2 blocks and 1 block, and this is the big clubhouse over here. There are a total of 70 facilities and 8 pools, 8 labs, all around the development. I mean, there are some development out there don't even have a proper pool, like just 1 pool is not even a proper one, but this you have 8. Now if you are concerned about views, these are the kind of views that you will be able to enjoy. About 75% of the units will face inwards towards the internal landscaping and the waterscape, giving you greenery and pool views. The remaining face outwards towards the future BTO site across Tampines Street 94 and Future Health and Medical Center. At the moment, there hasn't been any update from the government as to when the Health and Medical Center will be developed. So for now, stacks facing that direction enjoys a relatively unblocked view. Moving on, and personally, I think this is one of the key highlights of EC lah. Each block has only 4 units per floor. Just 4 leh. In many typical condo, you might see like 7 to 10 units per floor. But here, you only have 3 other neighbors on your floor that you need to say hi to lah. That naturally gives you a stronger sense of exclusivity and privacy. Because of this layout, right, every unit's bathroom and kitchen will definitely come with a window, giving you a more natural light and better ventilation, which is a plus point definitely. Now let's talk about the facility. Starting from the entrance, you'll be welcomed by the grand arrival hall, beautifully complemented with the water features over here to create that resort style first impression. There's a 50-meter lap pool, perfect for serious swimmer. On this side, you will find the wellness pool area completed with jacuzzi and spa pavilion, very ideal for winding down after a long day. Then at the southeast corner of the development, this will be the more vibrant and lively zone. Why? Because of the leisure pool, family pool and the kids pool that is situated over here. So family can enjoy quality time together with their kids and have some fun activities. And the clubhouse itself consists of 3 stories. On the first level, you will find family function room and a kids party room located right beside the kids pool. So imagine hosting your kids birthday party. You can actually book the entire space and let the kids enjoy the indoor activities and then later run straight out to the pool to have some outdoor fun. Everything is in one spot and they can literally play until they are fully satisfied. There are also a total of 4 barbecue pits in this level. Moving on, there's a grand function room. This is a very large space that I think is very suitable for hosting bigger events and celebration. And of course, there is a tennis court. Now if you come down to the show flat and take a look at the model, right, you will notice that the tennis court is actually tucked away at the far end corner of the development. It's not facing the main block directly and it's not something that you will constantly see. Personally, I feel this is very thoughtfully planned out by the developer because it keeps the active sports area slightly separated, which helps to maintain privacy and minimize noise for most residential stacks lah. On the second level, you will find 2 smaller function rooms, the collab room and the wisdom room. These are definitely perfect for a more intimate gathering event. And guys, it's not just a tennis court. They even have a pickleball court. You know some development out there, right, don't even have a tennis court, but here you get both 2 in 1. That really shows that the developer actually is keeping up to the lifestyle trend of what residents actually enjoy today. Props to Simlian. On top of that, there are 2 additional barbecue pits on this level, bringing a total of 6 barbecue pits across this whole entire development. Finally, we are at the 3rd level. This is where you will find a gym and also there is a dance studio, game studio and an arcade room. I mean, you don't have to be a kid to enjoy an arcade room, right? As an adult, you can always relive your memory of playing the arcade like back in your secondary school days, right? Anyways, there's also an alfresco lounge and a gourmet function room, which is definitely great for hosting private dining events. So now that we've covered what's outside of the house, let's talk about what's inside of the house. Here you can see from the unit mix, the 3-bedroom unit makes up of about 42% of the entire development and the 4-bedroom units form roughly 50% of the project. That's half of the development. from this breakdown alone, right, it's very clear that the developer intentionally designed this project with family-owned stay buyers' mind in mind. And the 5-bedroom units is only 7%. If you look at the past project like Aurelle and Costa Cabana, right, from the past transaction, you can actually see that the bigger units is always the first one to be snatched up first. So if you're eyeing on a 5-bedroom, right, you probably don't want to wait too long to decide because there's only 40 units available. If you're not sure which unit or stack that will suit you most or which stack actually has the most potential to grow in value, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'll be happy to chat and help you figure out which option is best for you. Now moving on to the layout, starting from the 3-bedroom, there are two types. The 3-bedroom premium at 883 square feet and 3-bedroom premium plus study at 926 square feet. Now the only difference I see here is actually just the study area. Everything else stays the same. Either option works well. It really comes down to your needs and budget. All the bedrooms can comfortably fit a queen-size bed. You also get a bomb shelter, a yard, and even an additional small toilet in the kitchen area over here. So honestly, the layout is so practical and efficient that there's really nothing to complain about. Moving on to the 4-bedroom units, there are 4 different layouts in total. Starting with the smallest 4-bedroom at 1044 square feet, the layout is quite similar to the 3-bedroom plus study, but there is a few key differences. Here, when you enter the unit, you don't see the kitchen straight away like in the 3-bedroom plus study. To get into the kitchen, you will need to turn left after entering the main door, which in a sense gives the entrance a more spacious and welcoming feel lah. And you can see that the study room from the 3-bedroom plus study has been expanded and transformed into a proper bedroom. Next, we have the 4-bedroom plus study at 1109 square feet and the 4-bedroom flexi at 1184 square feet. Let's start with the 4-bedroom plus study first, which is on the right hand side. What's interesting here is that the suggested study area is actually located within the master bedroom. A pretty rare design if you ask me. Now if you love a very huge bedroom space, right, this layout is definitely for you. You can have the option to build in a glass panel and turn the space into like a study area, hobby corner, baby room, or even add in a walk-in wardrobe in the master bedroom over here, like making it feel even more like a luxurious private ensuite. Moving on to the 4-bedroom flexi, the main difference you can see between these two, right, is that the study area has been shifted into the living space and the balcony has also been expanded to flow seamlessly into the entire living and flexi area, which gives the unit a more spacious and open feel lah. This layout is definitely ideal for those who prefer a separate study and sleeping area. Now, if you're a toddler mom like myself, right, this huge living space is perfect. For me, I feel that I want space for my kids to be able to have like plenty of room to play and move around safely, rather than being like very cramped up with all the furniture and everything all everywhere. I cannot. So this design for me is actually my top pick lah. The rest of the layout is more or less similar. The master bedroom is slightly bigger, and where did that space go? It goes into this walk-in wardrobe over here. Lastly, we have the 4-bedroom premium also at 1148 square feet. Now the main difference you will see is that the premium has a dry kitchen over here. Other than that, everything is pretty much similar to the flexi. Personally, I actually prefer the flexi layout over the premium layout. Hence, I mentioned before that flexi is actually my preferred choice, mainly because the premium layout feels a bit fixed. There's really no other way to move your dining area to anywhere else. So the space behind the sofa here, right, pretty much dictates where your dining table has to go. With the flexi layout, you get more flexibility in arranging your living and dining area the way you like. So you can easily convert this extra space into work, study, or play area for your kids. In conclusion, if you are deciding between the premium and the flexi unit, this is one thing you might actually want to think about. And last but not least, we have the 5-bedroom at 1378 square feet. If you look at the living room, balcony, and kitchen, it's pretty much similar to the 4-bedroom premium layout. The difference, we have added one more common bedroom over here and another bathroom over here, which then this room becomes a junior master bedroom. The master bedroom has been expanded even further, now featuring a bigger L-shaped walk-in wardrobe. This 5-bedroom unit is definitely going to be a hot pick, especially for big family and those that with multi-generation living under one roof. Do take note that if you are eyeing on the 5 bedrooms, there are only 40 units, I repeat 40 units available. So I wish you all the luck that you can to snatch up this, huh? Now if you're talking about pricing, right, my estimated range, I feel that it's gonna be around 1850 to 1950 per square feet. Reason being because back when Aurelle launched that time, right, there was actually 7 bounce out unit, and with that, right, even though the developer increased the price over 100k more than the launch price, there are still people snatching up the units, and it was like all taken up within half an hour. So can you imagine how high the demand is for an EC, and buyers are willing to pay more to get the units. And because of this strong demand, right, I feel that this gives the developer the confidence to actually price Rivelle at a higher PSF. Of course, I hope that it won't be over 2000 PSF lah. But because the developer knows that the units they release will sell and there will be demand to be able to absorb all this unit that they release, so I won't be surprised that actually the range could be around 1850 to 1950. Of course, this is just my prediction lah, so hopefully the price is actually lower than what I predicted. That would be the best, right? And with that, we've come to the end of this episode. If you're interested in Rivelle, please take note of these dates. The Rivelle Show Flat Review and e-application will be happening from 6 to 16 March 2026. The e-balloting will take place on 20th March and the booking date on 21st March. Now, if you are interested in buying a brand new executive condominium, I repeat, yeah, a brand new executive condominium, it comes with a number of guidelines. There are a few eligibility conditions you have to meet, and also the financial calculation is actually different from buying a private condo. So if you are unsure whether you are eligible or you are not sure how much loan you can actually get, please feel free to contact me. I'll be happy to help you with your financial calculation as well as to assess your profile whether you are eligible to get an EC or not. If you have stayed to the end and enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more property content like this. I appreciate your support and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!